How's it going, YouTube? Today I got a knife I picked up just because it was super cheap on Amazon. It is Jin. Not sure what this logo means. It actually came a box, inside a bubble miller, so they didn't want it to get damaged. And what also was weird, it came open. And the box open. I feel like that's wasting space, but whatever. Kind of cool, I guess, for a $20 knife. It didn't have a name, just said Jin D2 folding knife on Amazon. $19.99 at the time of upload, and for $20 it looks alright. I figured I'd take a chance on it. If anything, it's a cheap video, which I always don't mind. I like the looks of the micarta for sure. It's burlap. You can see all the weaves and everything in it. I like that. Has a little bit of texture. Yeah, a little bit more than normal, but not a lot. Alright. You got a 3-inch blade, a bead blasted D2. It's a flat grind. I'd call this, it's kind of a straight back or a drop point. One of the two. You got a little bit of a thick blade stock, 3.8 millimeters or 0.15 inches. And it's 7 inches overall. Let's compare it to a few other well-known knives. Civivi Elementum, QSP Penguin, it is pretty close to the same length as both of these, maybe a little bit smaller than the Penguin, just barely, maybe. Petrified Fish Mini Beluga, and the SOG Terminus XR. My only SOG. It is a little bit bigger than the Beluga, but pretty close to the SOG. Got a 4-inch handle, 0.59 inches wide, and the closed width in the pockets, 1.2 inches. And the hardware is T6s, besides the pivot. One thing I thought was weird is it has the same kind of pocket clip as the Budget Tucson's. Now, I don't think Tucson made this because it doesn't have their kind of screws. Thumb stud looks different. Even the insides look different. But, I don't know, it's interesting. Not sure why that is. The clip is deep carry, but not reversible. And you see the screws are mushroom screws. Seems like it's got decent tension, not too strong. Like I said, this is a burlap micarta. If it was G10, I probably wouldn't have bought it. So it won me over. It's a liner lock. But what's interesting about this knife, it totally shocked me after I took it apart, is there's 2 detent balls. There's one on each side. It's kind of like my Remet Rhino. It has the detent for the button lock. This one doesn't have a button lock, and if you let me get a flashlight. I'm not sure if this was originally supposed to be a button lock. I'm going to insert a picture in so you can see it. So I've already took it apart. It's hard to see in there. Oh wait, there it is. So in the open position, the detent ball is engaged. In the closed position, a liner lock detent ball is engaged. Very interesting. And that probably hinders the action a little bit. Because when I got it out of the box, the pivot was loose and the action sucked. So I took it apart. I have improved on it some, but it still could be better. It's definitely not drop shut. You have a couple deployment options. I think both of them work well. You got these thumb studs that very different. They work well though. You can reverse flick it. And the front flipper works really well too. You can do all the tricks. Not a very strong detent. You have a huge lanyard slot, which is also the backspacer, full length backspacer. That's pretty cool, I guess. Don't really block the huge lanyard hole, but it's alright. Yeah, will this knife get carried by me? Probably not, but I'm just a knife addict. I'll buy any knife. My dislikes does not have a sharpening tool. It's already getting a smile. Let me test out the edge. By the way, this knife will be a link down below if you want to check it out. It cuts. Not too bad. It definitely could be sharper though. Alright, continuing with my dislikes. Pocket clip's a little bit too big for this knife, I think. And you can feel it a little bit in hand. Don't like the bead blast. I don't like that they did all the hardware in it either. It's all bead blasted except for those two screws. Yep, I do believe. And this one really isn't a big deal, but when it's closed, you can touch the tip if you're trying. So yeah, that's about all I got for this knife. It's linked down below if you want to check it out. I can't recommend it or not recommend it. I haven't actually used it, but for $20 it might be worth checking out. So check out my Instagram. It's linked down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and give me a like and a comment, and see you in the next one.